Hello guys, let me know if I'm live and if you can hear me. Let me just check. Can't even see the chat. Alright. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the first time we're doing this kind of a stream clearly. That's one. And I know it looks a bit different, but hopefully this is okay. I see some of you guys already streaming in. Very, very nice. Yeah, so connection is a bit laggy. Alright, I mean, no choice, but we'll have to deal with this because I am at the airport at the moment, but just trying to get a stream out for you guys as well. So, okay, a couple of questions that we'll get through. But before I get to your questions, let me just discuss a bit about my team. And if you guys can hear me also, please let me know. Alright, so team-wise, I have Flecken in goal. And thereafter, I also have, in the back line, I have Aina, and also I have Rico Lewis. And the third defender I have is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Right, and thereafter, midfield I have Rogers, I also have Palmer, I have Johnson, and the last player in midfield that I have is Palmer, Johnson, Rogers, I can't remember the last one. I know up front I have Chris Wood, Cunha, and Haaland is my captain. Oh, Mbumo. Yeah, Mbumo. Alright, so that's my team. Captain's probably going to be Haaland. But yeah, I'm not going to spend too long on my team. I just want to get a quick stream out for you guys as well. I know it looks a bit different, but yeah, just bear with me. Is Son starting? I think it's pretty likely that he starts. I mean, based off of what we hear, it is pretty likely. He is back in training as well. So my guess is that he will. Nice to see all of you guys in the chat. Nikhil, Dominique. Connection seems a bit laggy. Please let me know if it's okay now. You can hear you. Awesome. Let me know if it's a little bit laggy. Hopefully it isn't. Should I sell Son? I don't think I would sell Son this week. Jorginho, Ruter, I would guess, or Tavernier. I think moving forward, I don't think Ruter is going to start every single week. I mean, now that João Pedro is out, João Pedro is coming back soon, and Welbeck is also fine. I think what we will see is a bit of rotation between the three, in which case I'm not so sure Ruter's minutes is as secure as Tavernier. But I don't think I'll be looking at Brighton assets right now, honestly. Is Wood starting? We don't really know. The latest is that there is a bit of a knock with Chris Wood, but I mean, looking at how he kind of assured us after the game against Leicester last week that it was just a small knock, I don't think it's going to be a case where he doesn't start, so I think it's fine. Alright, it's all fine, fantastic. Rogers or Semenyo, bench one. I would bench Semenyo and I'll start Rogers. Would you start 8 Nuri or Aina? The latter has so much potential for a clean sheet. I think I will still start 8 Nuri. I don't think I can bench 8 Nuri for Aina this week. Against Palace, who don't have Eze, bearing in mind. Not that I think Wolves will keep a clean sheet, but the attacking threat of 8 Nuri, I just can't turn it down. Also, you have to bear with the background noise, I apologize. It's just the announcements going on at the airport. Is Vardiol starting? We don't really know. We don't really know if Vardiol is going to start. Pep was so unclear in his press conference. But yeah, we don't really know if Vardiol is going to start. I don't imagine we'll get leaks on Man City as well. Is Wood going to start? My guess is yes. I have him in my starting 11. It's perfect, fantastic. Should I start Buonanotte or 8 Nuri? I would start Buonanotte. Son to Saka or Gabriel to 8 Nuri? I want to say neither. I would keep Son if I had Son because he has Ipswich next week. Gabriel to 8 Nuri, also not a move I would make. Like long term, I would still want Gabriel in my team. Any news on the players in yellow? Any news on the players in yellow? McNeil, Vardiol, and Wood. McNeil trained, but we don't really know if he's going to start. There is a chance. There's basically a chance, but we don't know if he's going to be able to play. Vardiol, we don't have much information on him. Chris Wood has a bit of a knock. So honestly speaking, these three players, we don't really have any news at this point. I don't imagine we'll get leaks as well. Should I sell Calvert-Lewin for Visa? I would hold faith in Calvert-Lewin for one last game week. Start Cunha, start Wood, Cunha, or both. Start both. The lap bench last week, yeah, exactly. We didn't see that one coming. Would you sell Van der Ven even if you only have 3 starting defenders, including Gabriel? Van der Ven is out, so 3 starting defenders, including Gabriel. It is a bit risky. My guess is that Gabriel will start. Like based on what we've heard, my guess is that Gabriel will start. So I mean, he is in training, and what Arteta already said was that if he makes it through the training that they did yesterday, he would be included in the squad. Latest news from Twitter is also that he is traveling with the squad. So my guess is that he has a very good chance of starting. So if I have to put my money on it, I think Gabriel starts. In which case, maybe you can just delay that transfer. You don't have to make it. I have 3 free transfers, considering doing Gabriel to Mykolenko, Pedro to Cunha, Foden to Saka or Son, wildcard 12. Would you do this? I wouldn't sell Foden, because I think there's a very good chance Foden starts. Pedro to Cunha, Gabriel to Mykolenko. I honestly wouldn't do the Gabriel move. I wouldn't do the Foden to Saka or Son move as well. Pedro to Cunha is potentially the only one. But then again, João Pedro could be someone that you want from game week 12 onwards. So I'm not really fond of all of these moves. I have to choose one. Maybe I only pick the Cunha move. The rest I think is fine. Should I change Haaland? I don't think selling Haaland is a necessity by any means. Like I know a lot of people have gone on to sell Haaland this week. I don't think it's a must. Like it's perfectly fine to hold on to Haaland. Like I've done it myself, and I don't think I would sell Haaland for a -4 as well. Like people have gone around trying to fit Saka into their teams. I don't think it's absolutely necessary. Captain, Salah or Saka? If I have Salah in my team, I would captain him ahead of Haaland. I would also captain him ahead of Saka as well. We cannot trust any managers to give us injury updates. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Start Cunha, Wood, or both? Both. Should I start Dibbling or Calvert-Lewin? And where are you streaming from today? I think you should start Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I am streaming from the Malaysia airport because I am on a flight. I'm going to be on a flight back very soon. Yeah, so basically, I wouldn't make it in time if for the deadline. So I will be pretty much in the air while the deadline is going on. So basically, when I land, it would have been after the deadline. So I have to make my decisions before any leaks. So unfortunately, it is the case for this week, but yeah, it is what it is. But I'm pretty set on the team that I have. And if you guys want to see the team, you can head on to Instagram. But just to read it out, it is in goal Flecken. Then in the back line, I have Mbumo. Sorry, back line I have Aina. I also have Rico Lewis. And the last defender of my 3 defenders, Rico Lewis, Aina. The last one is Trent against Brighton. Then in midfield, I have Mbumo, Palmer, Johnson, and Rogers. Up front, I have Chris Wood, Cunha, and Haaland is my captain. So that is my team. Whereabouts are you streaming? I'm streaming from the airport in Malaysia. Still planning on selling Haaland later. I didn't have any plans to sell Haaland, and I'm not selling him later. Who do I captain? Captain between Mbumo, Salah, Palmer, Saka, Wood, Cunha, or Son? Salah. Rogers or Johnson? I would play. If I had to choose one, probably Johnson. Gabriel or leave Davies? Gabriel. Who should I captain this week, Haaland or Palmer? If it's between Haaland or Palmer, I would go Haaland. Martin, nice to see you. Start 8 Nuri or Gabriel? I would start 8 Nuri. Havertz to Vissa or Robertson to 8 Nuri, or both for -4. Tricky. I think Robertson is the bigger issue, I would feel. So Robertson to 8 Nuri is probably what I would do. Don't think I would take a -4 to do Havertz to Vissa after that. Who would you bench out of Buonanotte, Garnacho, Trossard, Calvert-Lewin, Smith Rowe? Trossard, Buonanotte, Garnacho, Calvert-Lewin, Smith Rowe. This one is tricky. Buonanotte, I will want to start. Maybe Garnacho, but there's new manager bounce, right? By the way, what do you guys think about the new appointment for the Manchester United coach spot? Amorim, if I'm not wrong, is his name. Let me know what you guys think of the appointment. This one's tricky. I think I would either bench Calvert-Lewin or Smith Rowe. Bench Solanke or Rogers. I think it has to be Rogers. But Solanke also doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. Roger, safe travels. Thank you very much. Haaland or Salah? I would captain Haaland. I would captain Salah. If I had Haaland and Salah, I would captain Salah. If you don't have Salah, then I think I would captain Haaland. Seb says, please show the brother love and leave a like, everyone. Yes, thank you very much. If you guys are appreciating the fact that I'm streaming at the airport, please do drop a like and please do subscribe as well. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Ruben Amorim can't be any worse, right? Just tuning in, where am I at? I am at the airport in Malaysia. I'm back to Singapore. I'm going back to Singapore basically. Vacation in Malaysia, yeah, just a quick one. Couple days, went to Penang. So I'm at the Penang airport and I will be heading back soon. So I'll be back actually before the first game today. It's just that I will be in the air during the deadline. So I have to lock in my team before that. Amorim's a good coach, but there's similar hype around Ten Hag. We're in a cycle of sacking a manager every 3 seasons. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Manchester United need to go through more than just a change of coach. Like, there's a whole, I think, structural change is needed. The players also need to go through a revamp. We say that all the time, but, you know, there's more that needs to be done, I feel. There probably will be a new manager bounce. But is that enough to take them through and see them through a whole changed squad, a sustained, improved performance? Not so sure about that. Welcome to my hometown. Hope you had lots of good food. Yes, thank you very much for the welcome. Yeah, the food was amazing. The food in Penang is amazing. So it was a very, very good rest. And yeah, excited to go home. Make a couple of videos for the next game week. Yeah, Seb, I completely agree. Like, Manchester United's problem is currently systemic. Yeah, I have to agree with that. Manager is not the long-term solution. I have to agree. United players on the card now. Rude is on the wheel. Yeah, I do think so. I think Garnacho and Bruno Fernandes are the main 2 ones that I'm looking at. But we'll see. Like, I need to see something against Chelsea first, and And if I like what I see, potentially Garnacho for Johnson. Because I do have that Johnson spot that I think I will let go of after the Ipswich game. So I may sell Johnson for Garnacho if he looks good, but we'll see. Watkins to Cunha, I don't mind that move. Watkins hasn't been delivering very well of late, right? Should I captain Mbumo? He is my vice captain. I don't think he's as good as a captaincy shout as Haaland or Salah. I mean, Salah, if I'm to rank, it's Salah first as a captaincy option, followed by Haaland, and then next is probably Mbumo. And then Palmer, I'm just a little bit afraid that Manchester United would come on with a bang. So, in fact, like going into this game week, if there was no change in appointment for Manchester United, I think a lot of us would be tipping Palmer to do quite well. And now that there's a new manager and potentially a new manager bounce for them, then maybe Palmer doesn't do as well. At least that's my thoughts. Start Calvert-Lewin or Rodgers. I would start, this might sound crazy, but I would start Rodgers ahead of Calvert-Lewin. I honestly think that the Tottenham game for Aston Villa could see a lot of space in behind, in which case I think like Watkins as well as Rodgers could benefit quite a bit. Pedro to Ryan, 8 Nuri, good to go. I don't mind that. Wood to Strand Larsen. I wouldn't sell Chris Wood this week. Saka or Son? For captaincy, I don't think I'm a captain either of them. So hopefully it's not for captaincy. If I'm picking one to buy this week though, I will feel safer buying Saka, to be honest. My fear with Son is that his minutes will be managed. What about captaining Foden as a differential? Probably wouldn't go there. 3 yellow flagged players in my team. Wood, Gabriel and Son. What should I do? Son should be fine. 3 of them should be fine, I'll be honest. I don't think you should do anything with them. Johnson or Rodgers, I will go Johnson. Captain Trent over Haaland. Probably not. Which 2 to start? Rodgers, Johnson, Calvert-Lewin. Probably Rodgers and Johnson. If I were to sell Son, who would you do it for? I already have Saka, Palmer, Salah, Bumo. I would keep Son, to be honest. Chelsea haven't defeated United at Old Trafford since Sir Alex left. Well, bodes well for them, especially now that they have a new manager. Ahmad replacement for game weeks. For 2 game weeks, like in terms of cheap midfielders, I'm actually looking at Garnacho in the next few game weeks. I think everyone is more looking at cheap forwards now and trying to load up the premiums in midfield. So I think that is potentially where the game is going. So in terms of cheap midfielders, I don't think there's a lot that really excites right now. So Garnacho is really the only one. Is there anyone else you're thinking of? Foden, Solanke, Porro to Salah, Raul, and Mazraoui for -4. I think their move overall seems fine. Variol and McNeil, I mean, McNeil, we don't really know if he's going to start. Like, my honest opinion is a chance for McNeil to start, but I don't think it's very likely. Foden to Palmer are not a move. I don't mind selling O'Neill this. Sorry, I'm guessing you mean McNeil. I don't mind selling McNeil this week for Garnacho. Wish Amorim was in for Chelsea, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with Enzo Maresca. I'm fine with Enzo Maresca. He's doing okay. I think he needs more time. So we'll assess later down. Hopefully the background noise is not too loud. We'll stream for maybe about 15 minutes or so, and we'll call it a day. I just wanted to come on and get to some of you guys' questions because I haven't really been active on YouTube, posting videos since the second half of the week. I think I did a couple of earlier videos in the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but since then really haven't had the time, so that's why I wanted to get a stream out today. If you enjoy it, it's kind of a different look. Maybe it's a bit different and it adds something different to the experience when you're watching. But if you do like it, if you appreciate it, just drop a like, subscribe as well. Bench 1, Trent, Timber, Robinson and Mazraoui. I would start Trent. I would also start Robinson. It's between Timber and Mazraoui. I'll bench either one of those. Would you play Gabriel in case he's fine? Or bring Mikalenko from the bench? I'd actually start Gabriel ahead of Mikalenko. I meant playing against Chelsea for United rather than waiting for the international break. I see. PJ says tap the screen twice to like. Yes, if you... Oh, I didn't know you can tap the screen twice to like. This is actually the first time, I think, I've streamed in the vertical format. Roger says, usually play 3-4-3, have a front three of Haaland, Solanke, Havertz. Should I look at downgrading, freeing up money for midfielders to play 3-5-2? I think definitely the game is moving towards that direction, right? 3-4-3 seems to be out of favor very soon, I feel. People are going to move towards just having one or two cheap forwards and then many premium midfielders. It does feel like the game is shifting towards that. Thanks for taking the time to the stream. No worries at all. Thanks for tuning in. Would you make James captain this week? Probably not. Start Flecken or Sanchez? Flecken. Vardiel injury update. Will he start? We don't really know at this point. Good old days when everyone thought Flecken would keep a lot of clean sheets. Yeah. I still have him in my team, and he's still going to start for me for the next 2. So I honestly hope that he will keep a couple of clean sheets before I bring Verbruggen in. Verbruggen will start from game week 12 for me. So best 4.5 to 5 million defenders. I think for now it has to be 8 Nuri, but the 4 yellow card situation needs to be managed. Let me have a think about the other cheaper defenders as well. I think Aina is someone that people are looking at. He's also risen in price this week, but after the West Ham game, I don't think there's a lot of clean sheets, although the Nottingham Forest defense have been pretty decent. So honestly not too sure where else you'd look if you're buying defenders right now. The Arsenal ones are also tricky because they have difficult fixtures now, but from game week 12 onwards you wouldn't mind them. Konate is interesting as well. 5.3 million, cheaper than Trent, gives you entry into the Liverpool defense. Why wouldn't you make James captain? I don't think I would want to captain Reece James. I mean, I imagine you're talking about Reece James. I don't think he's a captaincy option against Manchester United. I think James will get a brace and a clean sheet. Nah, probably not. Strand Larson or Rogers? This is tricky. I mean, fixture-wise, it has to be Strand Larson, right? Can you do a captaincy poll? Can I? Let me just try. Oh, I can. I can do a poll. We're learning as we go along. Who is your captain for game week 10? Haaland, Salah, Bruno. Alright, captaincy pose there. I might triple captain James, but you're putting me off. He's the best differential in the game. If you want to go for it, fair enough, but I don't think the triple captaincy chip should be used on Reece James. Dalot or Mazraoui for a cheap option. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think Dalot is the one I would go for if it's between them. The fixtures are looking good from next game week onwards as well. Yeah, I think Manchester United defenders are fine to go for. Good shout. Especially from game week 11 onwards, they go on this incredible run. Like I think it's Leicester, Ipswich. Not sure it's the last one, but also a pretty easy fixture. So yeah, Manchester United defenders are a good shout. Fryer, Trent, Lewis, Gabriel, Porro, Dunk, Saka, Bruno. Sell Saka to get Salah. Sacrificing either. I don't think I would do that. I don't think I would sell Saka to get Salah. Yeah, I don't think that's a move. Like, to be honest, like for those of you guys who are thinking about getting Salah this week, I think he's a good option. In fact, he's a good captaincy option, but I don't think it's the end of the world if you can't fit him in. Like, he plays Aston Villa next week. So, I know the theory about getting the best captain every single week, and if you can't, I think captaining Haaland this week should be fine as well. It is basically what I'm doing. And I surprisingly don't feel so pressured to bring Salah in, even despite all the talk this week about how everyone is shifting from Haaland to Salah. Like I'm perfectly happy to keep Haaland. I think I fall in one of those different categories of FPL managers, I guess. And this is a good thing because teams are going to start looking different. Yeah, so already seen quite a bit of transfers out for Haaland. We'll see how that works. I mean, he could completely backfire and you know, it wouldn't be good for the team. I mean, my FPL team, but I'm perfectly fine to keep Haaland as well. Start Gabriel or Mikalenko? I will start Gabriel. Do you think Foden will score a hat-trick this week? Probably not against Bournemouth. First, I think is after Ipswich. The Ipswich game for Forest is actually sandwiched between like a rather difficult run of fixtures. I think it's Newcastle, Arsenal away, then Ipswich, and thereafter is Man City away for Nottingham Forest. So it gets quite tricky. Most budget striker for car replacement and why? I think if you're saving money, then Raul Jimenez is who I would go for. If money is not an issue, then Cunha is the one I would go for. What is your opinion on captaincy? Captaincy, I would have it as Salah first, followed by Haaland, followed by Bruno. Haaland keeps scoring so many goals, not of late though. Flecken or Fabianski, thoughts on captaining Palmer over Haaland, no Salah. I'll still go Flecken this week. Captaining Palmer over Haaland, I don't think I would go there, especially with the new manager bounce, potential new manager bounce for Manchester United. Thoughts on the new Manchester United manager? I'll be honest, I don't know enough about him and his style of play. But I do think like at this point, anyone who comes in will be able to give Manchester United a bit of a boost. The fact is that their players are capable of playing at a much higher level than what they're displaying right now. So the fact that they're changing a manager should be enough to give them a bit of a boost. But after that, if they want sustained performance over a longer period of time, that's where I think the manager needs to come in and see what he can do. Sell Solanke. I can see why people would do it, but if possible, I would give him until after the Ipswich game in game week 11. Alright, we've gone on for about half an hour. I'm also actually surprised that you guys have tuned in, because I imagine that this would look completely different, something that maybe is not my usual setup. But yeah, thanks for sticking around. We'll just do about 5 more minutes, and then I'll post my team on Instagram, and I'll head on to the gate for my flight already. Elliot is looking for the craziest differentials. Exactly. Right, so we'll do 5 more minutes. If you have any other questions, just drop it in the chat. Nicholas, thank you very much. Safe travels. Keep Nketiah for Wolves away. Is Nketiah even starting now? Can you trust him to start? Raya or Pickford this week? Probably Raya. What is your ID on Instagram? So my Instagram is FPL_consult. So after the stream, I'll be posting my team there for you guys to follow if you're interested. Where do you fly to? Flying back to Singapore. See the captaincy poll. Yeah, I mean Haaland's at 56%. Salah's at 26%. It could go either way. Like, it's gonna be a massive swing, I imagine. It's gonna be massive. The best part is that we'll know immediately, like by the end of today, we'll know whether it turns out that this was a good decision or not. Of course, this is a decision that needs to be assessed over a long period of time, but I imagine that a lot of people are going to form their own narratives about whether it was the correct or wrong move immediately after the 3 p.m. games. So it's going to be an exciting time for the FPL community. I think this could be a good idea of a live stream in a new location every week. I mean, I don't have any more travels for the rest of the year, so at least in terms of content wise, there's going to be more, I guess, stability over the next few game weeks. Won't be flying, and no more travels. But it's an interesting idea. Live stream every single week, new location. It'll also be very costly as well. Sell the lap or keep? I think he's worth selling now. For someone like Raul Jimenez, I think is someone that I will go for. Because you can't really be certain that the lap starts every single week. In fact, the benching last week came out of nowhere. Can you risk Palmer captain just as a differential? I don't think he's up there as one of the top 3 captains this week. I would even captain Bumo ahead of captaining Palmer. Best differential for game week 10. I think Cunha is still a differential, right? He's not very highly owned despite a lot of people bringing him in. Still less than 10%. So I think Cunha is still a good differential for game week 10. He's my choice. Alright, so we streamed for about 35 minutes. I'm gonna call it a day for the stream. But thank you guys for tuning in. For those of you who tuned in, hopefully you managed to get to your questions. thoughts on Bowen, I probably wouldn't go there. I think now there are other mids to go for. And I want to keep an eye out on Manchester United midfielders. Like, I'll be keeping my eyes peeled for the Manchester United and Chelsea game this weekend. Trent or Leave Davies, has to be Trent, right? If it's choosing between the two. All right, so call it a day. Thank you very much, Nicholas. Thanks for tuning in. DJ as well, thank you for moderating. As always, green arrows for everyone. Now I need to figure out how to end the stream. All right, I got it. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the Game Week 11 content. Should be out soon. I'll be back in Singapore, so content should be back to normal. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys. All the best for Game Week 10. Bye-bye.